was all a dream.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Let's start dreaming.
It alters your life and you never think the same again.
Some dumb thing on the edges of nowhere.
A collection of question marks stuck together into a pit of darkness. No logic, no reason, no explanation.
We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice between fear and love.
That's just deep, bro. That's deep.
What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to episode 11 of Let's Start Dreaming. I'm your host, Carson McGregor.
And I'm your other host, Mikey Gianelli.
And we are super excited to be coming to you guys this week, the week of Thanksgiving, the holiday that honors the football game against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football, where Dallas inevitably won because they had better weapons. And they gave the Chiefs like all sorts of diseases that the Chiefs weren't
COVID?
expecting. No, it was more like influenza.
Oh, Does not sound fun. And also the Macy's Day Parade, good stuff right there. And turkey. I hope you all.
Which the Macy's Day Parade, for the first time, I think since it's happened, is not going to have a live viewing audience from the.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, at least you're still having it.
Yeah, they're just having it, so that all those people in that parade, they're just going to be walking around waving to nobody.
Oh, man. That's an interesting concept, like doing performing arts things, like sports or performing arts or a parade like that without a crowd. Like, that's been a thing. Like, you ever watch a baseball game recently?
Yeah.
They just have cardboard cutouts.
Or no, I mean, football, a lot of the football stadiums have no people in them still.
How does that affect a player? I would think that it wouldn't too much, but
I think it takes away your home field advantage for the home team, because that's what home field advantage comes down to, is the 12th man. It's having those fans there so that when your opponent is down on the goal line about to make a play, it's like they're screaming, they're trying to like yell as loud as they can to distract. They're trying to, they're trying to have that level of influence. However small it may be, it's still an influence.
yeah, I was always thinking that maybe they could just focus more without a crowd. But like if you're doing a concert or like a play, I feel like that would be kind of whack because like or DJing, the artist to crowd dynamic is definitely a big thing when doing music or doing a performance.
Well, I think
So,
music for sure. I think doing a play is a whole different thing because I think acting without a crowd is not too big of a deal. Because when you rehearse for a play, it feels super normal. Like, it doesn't feel like, oh man, I wish there were people here watching me. So if you recorded a play and then showed it to people, I think the actors would give a fine performance. Like, it wouldn't be much different.
Yeah, I just had theater friends say that like they don't like that because like it is, and I never thought of that before they said that. Because like I guess maybe when you're on stage you're really trying to put a show on for somebody, as opposed to just a rehearsal. But
I like a rehearsal because then you can be free. You can be a lot more free to ad-lib a line, or if something goes wrong, you can kind of explore it and see, okay, what direction could this possibly go in? Not saying that this is the direction we're going to go in, but now we can experiment and explore it.
that's like practice though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if a director would like that. Like a director would probably be like, "Stay to the script, you mother trucker."
No, absolutely not. I mean, depends on the director, obviously, of any like a film or a play. The director is most certainly, if you have decent actors, he's going to let them explore and do what they got to do, because it can lead to really, really good ideas. Some of the best moments in cinema history are improvised because either something went wrong or just something happened on the set, or the actor just kind of went a different way with it and it super worked out.
I like the improv on The Office. I love the improv on The Office. If I'm not mistaken, they all have taken improv classes for that. But like, just knowing that a lot of the script is improv, like, just makes it funnier. Because they weren't expecting it. It just came out of their butts.
Yeah,
It just makes it
I think some of
funnier.
the more comedic performers do that because any comedian worth their salt has taken some sort of improv class or has been in an improv group or done improv. Improv is a big part of comedy.
Well, we're doing right now. Kind of, not really.
Yeah, but improv has this element of it's called yes-anding. Do you know that?
Yes, and I'd like to take you out to dinner tomorrow night if you'd like. I don't really know the whole thing, but I think that was kind of on the lines, right?
Sort of. It's basically if anybody proposes something, if you're in an improv scene and somebody proposes something, you don't turn it down. You never turn it down. You never say no to an idea. So if somebody says like, "Oh my God, like there's so many skeletons in this janitor's closet," you don't say, "Well, no, well let's go over here and check this out though." Like you never do that. You never say like, "Well,
Yeah,
let's
that's
do
like
this."
destroying the story.
You always go to, "Oh my, yeah, like I wonder where all their bodies went. I wonder where all the rest of the skeletons are. It's just their skulls." Like, and you keep on building to this story, and then you're like, that explains why the janitor hasn't been here in a couple weeks. Like, whatever.
Do you ever take an improv class?
No, I did. I did an improv thing in high school because we had it in our theater department, but I've never really taken a legitimate improv class.
I think I took an acting class one time when I was 7. I think we were just pretending to be animals. Damn, that was my break, man. Should have gone back. Should have stuck with it. It's like, I honestly shout out to actors though. Like I could not memorize lines like that. Maybe they have some kind of technique, but like, that is almost beyond me to like be able to memorize lines and recite them on command. Oh my God, I'm just resurfacing my appreciation for actors right now.
Well, it's just like a song, you know. It's basically
Kind of.
Well, say you really like an album, and you've heard it a bunch of times, and you basically know all the words to every single song on the album, and it's an hour-long album. You've basically just memorized all the lines in a movie.
Yeah.
It's in
You're
some sort of
right.
way.
But it
it's
is
just-
easier to learn music with just because of the music side and the words correlating with each other. That's like something that has to do with memory and science.
Yeah, but the same thing with lines. Like, you only have to memorize, say it's a 2-person scene, you only have to memorize half the lines. You don't have to memorize the other person's lines. You just have to know sort of what their lines are to know when your cue is. And
Still some intense work.
yeah, it's I would say it's intense. I think I've told you this before. That's why my mom wanted me to be an actor, because that's one of my weird skill sets, that I can memorize monologues and like 10-minute speeches pretty easily.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know where that
I
comes
didn't
from.
know that. Yo, fucking people with photographic memories too. They got a straight advantage in life. you ever met anyone like that?
Not with a legit photographic memory, no.
I've had one person in my life with a photographic memory. It's just so like you don't really have to study at that point. Like you literally just recall in your memory. By the way, were your theater kids in high school? Were they always like horny and shit? Or or is that my high school?
No, that's not just your high school. It's not just your high school. Because I think in any dynamic of any group of like social group, there is sexual tension, and for theater kids, I think theater kids, generally speaking, are kids that are outcasted in some way. Not all the time, obviously. There's plenty of people that just like theater, but I think performance. This is just my theory on it. I think performance comes from a place of wanting to be watched, wanting to be appreciated by other people.
Oh.
And most people that have that desperate need to want to be appreciated don't get that have not gotten that in other facets of their lives. So that's just like the theater kids that I interacted with were people that like they didn't really have that many friends until theater. So when they got into theater, they were like, holy shit, this is like my family. I love these people. I would fucking die for these people. And and then that's when like the sex with each other starts.
But I'm just thinking about this now. I wonder if it's like they have better sex than regular non-theater people, because like maybe they like to fabricate whole monologues and stories and like just get really into it in the foreplay and just the scene.
Nah, they just like to eat box like everybody else.
Yo, why are the theater technicians, the light people, are always like hot shit? I swear, in my experience, they're always like, yeah, I'm the light guy, yeah, what up? Like, stop being hot shit, okay?
Well, they found something. They found something where they belong, you know?
Now I just feel like a high school jock. Nerds.
Yeah, no. I guess people that have found something that they're good at are pretty much all dicks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're good at something and you know you're good at it, fuck you. You're an asshole.
You can't use your talents. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you're good at football. Who gives a fuck?
Get a 9-to-5 and sell your soul to the Illuminati, like the rest of the country. Okay? Work till you retire and hate your life.
Well, let's be honest. Work till you die, because retirement is a joke. It's never going to happen for any of us because our economy is suffering. It's been suffering for a very long time. Anybody that's around our age, if you're watching this right now or listening to this, then you need to know that you're never going to retire. If you live to be 80, you better be prepared to work till you're 80 and die at the office.
That's why you should try to do something you love. I have someone in my office, and he's like 60, 62. And I remember, like, when I first started working there, he'd always be like, all right, I got 4 more years till retirement. And count, like, he was just excited because he had 4 more years till retirement. And, like, I'm like, damn, that's pretty far away. But after working here for 11 months, like, the time really does fly. And it just makes me think a lot about work and what you want to do with your life, what I want to do with my life. And, like, wow, I trade my time for a paycheck every 2 weeks here. I really don't want to be doing this for much longer. This is crazy how I have other people here that are okay doing this. And there's nothing wrong with working at where I work. It's just like, I want to do something.
It's work in any place. It's work in any place where you're not 100% into the mission statement.
It's just, I think I'm different than some people in the sense where, like, some people just want to have, I'm going to put a very, very clear parentheses, a regular life, meaning, like, 'cause that doesn't really mean anything, but, like, work, make their money, and just, I guess, I don't know, do what they like in their free time, which, I mean, that sounds fine. That's actually great.
Well, it's because it's a realistic expectation. You know, it's something that's like, well, this is a pathway I can follow where I can find happiness. I can work. I can do my job. I can find things I like about this job, even if it's not my favorite thing in the world, and sometimes I hate it. And then I can use the financial benefits from this job to do the things that I really love when I'm not there.
Yeah, that's a path. I know happiness is most definitely subjective. So, you know, everyone's different. I got one coworker who loves to fly his RC planes on the weekend and goes to the racetracks with his wife, which is cool, you know? Like, yeah, do your thing. And my boss loves to jet ski and play tennis and play with his dogs. Like, you know, that brings them joy. I want to make music, and I want to make podcasts, and I want to do makeup. But I can't really wear makeup at work. So there's a conflict right there. Can't really love what I'm doing and do it for the rest of my life. I can't do that for the rest of my life. No way, no how. Oh my God. I just feel like trapped almost. And I think I'm projecting to others, but like it just feels like almost like a jail in there. Oh, that sounds terrible though. I'm not trying to make fun of nobody's job or nothing. That's just how I feel.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I think a lot of people have accepted the fact that that dreams are genuinely hard to achieve. And I've never bought into the idea that, like, oh, if you can dream it, you can do it. And that's fucking horseshit. There's plenty of people that want to do things in this world, work their ass off to do them, and don't accomplish them. It happens all the fucking time. I just don't really buy the fact that everybody can do their dream thing. You know,
that's what I've been thinking
how many
too.
fucking kids want to be NBA stars? You know how many kids want to be Michael Jackson? Do you know how many kids want to do these crazy, extravagant things with their lives? Like, it's a ton of people, and not everybody can do it. But I think the point is the pursuit of happiness. That's what it's all about. If you can consistently work hard and dedicate yourself to pursuing the lifestyle that you dream of, then that's how you can find happiness. If you want to be I don't know, for example, famous singer, then you just work your ass off. You take any gig, even if they're not paying you, you take any gig imaginable. You go to dive bars, you go to restaurants, you go to minor league baseball games, any place that they're going to let you sing in front of people, you just do it. And you do everything in your power to get studio time. If you never break, if you never make it as a musician, that's fucking fine, because you've spent your entire life doing it. Who cares that you didn't get famous? You did it. You did it.
Damn. I wonder how many people have done that. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot. But yeah, going, like, the thought of retirement being, like, at the end of the tunnel, that's just, like, scary to me. Guys, I'm sure that guy's lived a good life. I'm sure he's enjoyed it. He's have his Harley Davis shirts on, and I'm sure he likes to ride his Harleys and does things in his free time. But, like, damn, like, that's such, like, a goal almost implanted into us. Is like, oh, you get to work till you retire, and then you get to enjoy retirement. Oh, fuck, when we're all old and not as functional as we were in our peak times as 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, like, shit.
Well, that's, I think, I don't want to go on a capitalism rant because I always do that. It's pretty clear. If you've seen this before, you know my feelings about capitalism and the world that we live in America. But that's just part of it. That's part of the deal. Everybody's got to do something. You got to make money. Money is the most important thing to living a happy life for a lot of people.
That's so crazy. Oh, because at the end of the day, it's all about money. No matter who you are or what company or black, white, male, female, they make you think it's about money.
So here's my message to viewers who are under the, actually it doesn't even matter what age you are, but specifically to viewers under the age of 25. If you have any money right now, any money, you have $1,000, put 500 of it. You don't need $1,000 unless you're paying rent and it's like you're living paycheck to paycheck, which I fucking feel for you. But if you have $500 that's like, I don't need to spend this right now, put it in a fucking mutual fund and do not think about it again. Just put it in a mutual fund. Don't fuck with it. And then when you're 40, that money's going to be a lot more than what you put in. That's my message to everybody. And then every year, get together another $1,000, because you can spare $1,000 every year, and put that in the mutual fund. Just keep putting money in a fucking mutual fund, and then you'll be fine when you're 70. You know, don't buy into a 401k. Don't fuck with all that shit. Just put money in a fund. You know how to handle yourself without it. Just act like that money doesn't exist until you're like in your 50s, and then you can really start considering it.
I don't know what a mutual fund is.
A mutual fund is just a growth fund for your money.
So you plant your money like a seed.
Yeah, it's a super, super duper safe investment. As far as investments go, there's the stock market where you can potentially get rich quick or you can lose your whole fucking shirt. But a mutual fund is pretty safe because the stock market historically always goes up over time. It never goes down as time goes on. It has dives and it goes up and it goes down and it does all that shit, but the trend is always upward. So if you just put money in a fund that diversifies your money into different stocks in the stock market, bada bing bada boom, you're going to grow money.
The guru himself.
No, I don't know. I don't know shit. Somebody gave me really good advice and I'm very glad I got it. I'm 21 right now, and I'm very glad I got that advice early. Anybody that's in their 40s that I've talked to about this has said, dude, I wish I was your age doing that. I wish I did that when I was younger, because then I would have had a decent nut when I'm in my 40s to like pull money from, rather than having to consistently try to save money and ration it out.
Damn, it seems kind of smart.
It's the way to do it.
It seems kind of smart. I haven't really thought about my future like that. I guess it's good too. I guess that's an ability we have as humans to look forward to the future. Even though you shouldn't be stuck in the future, nor the past. Those are both games you do not want to play. But I think as a human, it is a part of our skill set to be able to see in the future. That's one of the things that makes us human, or to plan the future.
Yeah.
I haven't really. Guess I gotta. I don't know. My argument is I want to spend my money to progress myself forward. But obviously, that's progressing yourself forward in a way that's like an investment of yourself, like a delayed reaction.
Well, it's just you gotta, if you're living in this world of capitalism, which is wildly imperfect.
We all live in there, by the way.
You have to sort of play the game, and
exactly.
I think most people play the game by, all right, I'm going to try to figure out how I can get rich, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit, because most people aren't going to get rich, and there's a series of systemic advantages you have if you're a certain type of person. So most people aren't going to get rich just off a whim. They're not going to go on Shark Tank and pitch the next big thing. They're not going to write the next hit song. They're not going to do all that shit. So if you just put your money in a fucking reliable fund for the future, then you've just worked capitalism to your advantage. Fuck banks. Banks are not your friend. Don't fuck with banks. The stock market is not the most trustworthy thing, but it has always gone up. The trend is that it always goes up. So just work around this burden of capitalism by just kind of beating the game from the start.
That's some woke words from Carson. Woke words indeed. Fucking, I don't know. And get your credit card up and credit scores. But yeah, retirement, fucking facade, capitalism, facade, life is good. Speaking of life in America, we never even talked that Joe Biden is president. Joe Biden's president, guys.
Oh yeah,
president-elect, rather.
Yeah, I guess he is.
So congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Unless Trump somehow pursues, and could that happen? Could you see that happening? Is that even real? Like, is this a real thing? Like an actual threat?
No, it's not.
I counted all the illegal votes. Have you counted all the legal votes?
I can see it happening in this world for sure. I can see that happening. Where somebody, a potential candidate who lost, finds evidence that the election was rigged somehow in the other person's favor, and then they investigate it, and turns out it was, and then they call it the other way. I can see that happening. In this one, no fucking way. He's lying. He's bullshitting.
That's so crazy, though. Like, I didn't realize how much Trump lied, and just straight up just lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. How could he do that? I mean, yeah, all politicians lie, if I'm not mistaken, to an extent.
He's not a politician.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. And the only person that lies more than a politician is a fucking businessman.
And the one who lies more than them are priests. It's like, no.
No, I didn't touch that kid.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the same thing. God told me to. No, it's terrible.
Jesus Christ. No, he's bullshitting. If you're watching this and you don't know much about that, and you've only seen some mainstream news shit, it depends on what you watch, how they frame it. If you watch Fox News, they make it seem like why is everybody just playing this off? Why are Democrats just playing? It's not Democrats playing this off. It's the fucking most right-wing law firms in the country that won't touch this fucking case because it's going to destroy their credibility. They can't do it because it's not real. There's absolutely no evidence. You want to know why Rudy fucking Giuliani is the only person that gets on TV as a lawyer and vouches for this shit? Because he doesn't give a fuck about his credibility. His credibility is shot as a lawyer. What, he's going to lose his law credentials? Who gives a fuck? He can go on TV and keep talking nonsense rhetoric for the rest of his career and make millions of dollars. He does not give a shit. So any legitimate law firm will not touch this case because it's bullshit.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. No, it's such a nonsense. I don't know how Trump supporters are even remotely on board. Because look, I don't want to trash you if you support the guy. We obviously have different political views, but to be so fucking blind to not see what's right in front of you, that's what gets me about anybody that has like just ingrained political emotional feelings, is that you refuse to see both sides of an argument. And when one side is clearly correct or clearly has way more going for it, you won't even consider it because it's not the side that you started on. Like, you have no flexibility in your views. You just want to think one way, and this guy who has somehow convinced you that your happiness is tied with whatever is going on with him, has somehow convinced you that your way of life is relying on him. He's fucking brainwashed so much of this goddamn country, and it honestly makes me mad.
We talk about the media often, but yeah, it's really whack. It's really scary. Like, Fox News is, just the things they'll put out to get ratings and to get views and to just get short headlines just to make you think, oh my god, what the hell's going on? When really it's all fucking fake.
Fox is so overt about it. You know, I think right-wing people often bitch about CNN, and you're never going to catch me saying CNN's a reliable news source. Absolutely not. They're super left-wing. But CNN is a lot more subtle, and that's why I don't think they get the same amount of flack that Fox gets, because Fox will straight up say some nonsensical garbage just because it's kind of on their side of the fence. But CNN, they'll do little things like not call Trump president. They'll say Trump did this. They won't say President Trump did this. And Fox will do the same thing in the other direction. They won't say President-elect Joe Biden. They'll say Biden. And then they'll continue to say President Trump, you know?
I saw something about Fox talking about Sean Hannity and how he's become, the title was how he's become the Fox's biggest conspiracy theorist. But like, essentially he just talks about like Clinton stuff and controversial Democrat stuff that Fox literally releases statements saying we do not agree with what Sean Hannity is saying. But yet they let him speak over and over again, mentioning the same things just for the fucking shock value, or the just ratings. And it's like, what is this? Fox is literally saying we don't.
That's the base of the organization. They know that their base will just buy it because it's what they want to hear. They want to hear the conspiracy shit because they're like, that makes sense to me. because I already view it this certain way. So I'm just going to continue to view it through that lens. And whatever comes out of this guy's mouth, because he's on my side, I'm going to go ahead and go with it.
So that's some scary shit. It's like people being too prideful to admit their side is doing wrongdoings, or just the side system, the team system about politics is just so icky, so backwards.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Snapchat. She's been very anti-Trump, super anti, like kind of pro Biden. And then once Biden got elected, she put out a thing on her story. She was like, and by the way, guys, I'm going to criticize Biden the same way. I wanted him to be president, but I'm going to criticize him the same way. You're never going to catch me idolizing a politician.
Ha! Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. I'm not that type of person either. There's just people that get into politics, and I think it's important to an extent to be like informed and aware about what's going on in our country. But it always to me, like, you're not a politician. You can't really do anything besides vote for certain laws to pass. And I mean, the same could be said about someone who listens to music. Oh, well, you don't even make music. Why do you listen to it? Or why do you talk about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like an invalid argument almost to an extent. But that's just how I feel about politics and people who like it a lot.
I think you shouldn't get so wrapped up in it that it actually makes you a tough person to be around as a dinner guest. Like if you can't just have a normal conversation with people that don't agree with you, that's a problem. That's a fucking problem. Look, if somebody's fucking horrible, if somebody is like so on this side of the political spectrum that they're racist, or so on the other side of the political spectrum that they just can't see facts, right? That's fair enough that you can't have a legitimate conversation with them, because it's like I just cannot in any way, shape, or form relate to this person. But I'd say that's 1% out of the 100% of people. 99% of people, no matter how much you disagree with them politically, talk fucking sports. Talk about the weather. Talk about anything else. We don't have to keep bringing up politics.
There's a lot of things out there, people. And a lot of more episodes to come, too. But today's episode is coming towards an end. So, as your co-host, Mikey Gianelli, I very much ask you to please comment, share, like, subscribe. Check out our new single, 3-Day Weekend. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Google Play, all that good stuff. Wade and Lowkey are our artist names, so Lowkey G and Wade, check us out. Put it in the description. Carson, would you like to add anything else before we close out?
I have a podcast every Tuesday called the Shock Therapy Podcast. It's on this YouTube channel, and it is on SoundCloud as well. You can check that out. I talk about nonsense every Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. Other than that, follow us on Instagram at Wade and Lowkey. And that's all I got for you guys.
Have a good week, guys. We'll see you next time.
Put your money in a mutual fund.
Been feeling
disconnected now.
I get money. No, I'm reckless now. I get high.
Coming off the ground.
This life is a prison, someone let me out.